Oh, why hello, Papa Perry.
Feel like I'm in trouble.
All right.
Hello, sir.
Saving and you for last.
Oh God,
This is what the gods decided.
this is what the gods
We are all
decide.
the gods.
Oh God, God.
Uh, gods. We're all goods.
Goods.
Okay. So for Aelity,
Yes,
um,
sir.
as you're sort of get ready for bed, like you said, go into the room, maybe sit there for just a minute. And the raven, you sort of look over and it's just like there. It doesn't have this like appearance. It was just not there. You were just alone, and then it's just there, like sitting on the banister, just like looking at you. These piercing golden eyes. And then you try to force that connection with Phineas.
Yeah.
Uh, Roll me a D100, sir. This one we just want to be high. Higher the number, the better.
Damn.
You sort of like reach out and you're like genuinely trying because you're like, I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have Finn's opinion on this one. I kind of miss having someone to bounce some thoughts back on. You reach out and the raven sort of like turns its head, like squats down as if like lowering its head slightly. Then it just caw, 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 and then just vanishes in like a plume of familiar smoke-like energy.
Damn. And she just, I really needed you on this one. In like almost like a selfish tone when she says it too.
Hmm.
Not thinking of like any sort of consequences.
Oh, I get that though. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And you sort of go and begin your sort of night routine, getting ready for bed. One of the many unpleasantries you've had to get used to over the past couple of months of being the driver is like taking care of the vessel. You kind of forgot about this little stuff.
Mm.
You get to it easy enough. Get to bed, and you probably have like a montage. Maybe you're just like going back and thinking over the past 2.5 months here in Port Starsail. How has Aelity been sort of doing with everything? How has she been adjusting to life here?
Honestly, so far so good. There hasn't really been any slivers or cracks in the brain yet. She misses Finn, but she's kind of taking to her new life in a sense of she's trying to, I guess, meet new people and kind of enjoy her life. And I think that's why she kind of held back through
Hmm.
this session just a little bit because she kind of just wants to take in what life is without a second person in her head.
Hmm. That makes a ton of sense. And this is, you were on board the ship for a while, so you had this like, chamber you were kept in. And this is the first like 2.5 months of like, I could just hang out here all day. I don't have to do anything. I could just
Mhm.
do nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to be careful of my actions. I don't have to, I can do whatever I want. And I think that's kind of, she's been holding back just a little bit. But at the same time, I would honestly say too, because it's always in the back of her mind, because she always thinks about when Phineas would sneak off. And so I would think during the past couple months, she would kind of do that a little bit, like try and get more information, um, learn up on those, what is it, the five families.
Hmm. Yep.
She would probably try and educate herself as much as possible on that. And then knowing the objective with Garther, she probably would stalk him in a sense, see if he can if she can find any sort of information about him and like exactly what he does.
Mhm.
Um, and so yeah, she would use her changeling abilities and she would use her invisibility and see if she can figure out like morning routines and stuff. And
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And you, will say even like brazenly once or twice, we even like managed to like talk a food courier into like letting you take the delivery, giving them a whole bunch of money, and you like do a changeling to appear just like them. Managed to cross the guards at the front like gate and like enter like cross the giant bridge, walk past the guards and get to that large central building. You would see there's all manner of like other guards just sort of like wandering about, all of them in these are lavish robes with these like again armor like paulders and these like wrist guards and like a minor chest piece over the top.
yeah,
All just carrying spears, a few of them about, a few scholars walking about. Um, you would see kind of like standing in the doorway of like the closest, especially to like where this bridge would sort of let you out, this like central large like spire of a building in this like fairly nice like white greenish like gown robe with a fine looking like gem necklace that's like very prominent on their chest. It's almost like their garments and their clothing are like made to like accent this necklace. They
uh,
would sort of begin to approach from that doorway, seeing that you have this like pretty sizable food order in hand as you just sort of pick the guy with like the biggest food order that you could almost like lightly obscure yourself behind at parts if you needed to.
yeah.
Um, one of these like figures would sort of step through, getting closer to you. Yes, I see you have a large food order here. Who is this for?
For and then she just played off, looked down.
Yeah.
Garth. Uh,
Oh, this one isn't for like Garth or the Wise.
Oh, wouldn't be.
No, I mean, you would probably try your
Oh,
best,
okay.
but you couldn't find the timing on it, at least in, like, the times you had free time too, and, like, sort of pick up the
Yeah.
routine. This was,
Okay.
like, your attempt at, like, "I gotta at least put eyes on this place."
Right. Right. And then what would the order be?
You look, it's just, Scholar Matrion is all it
Uh,
says.
okay. Scholar Matrion. That's who this is
"Ah,
for.
excellent. I will take that, thank you very much." And she sort of looks at it and, like, reaches into, like, a purse and hands you over some of the gold. Uh, Here we go. That is 8 gold pieces, and here is, we'll call it 10 for a tip. Here you go. On the universities.
You said, thank you. I really appreciate it. She, I think she's just more baffled that she just got a $10 tip. She's like, I've been doing this shit all wrong. Um, I think as she takes the tip, and I'm guessing he just walks away from her, correct?
Mhm.
Where does he go? Do
They like as soon as they like have the large order in hand that they sort of take, they would begin to walk like immediately back from where they came to, and they're walking back into this large like central spire building. You can see that the other towers and turrets that sort of like make up the like large, very lengthy aesthetic to this place. There's like a connecting what looks like minor buildings, maybe like hallways and passageways to where all these varying shaped like towering buildings all have this like connected almost horseshoe like base to it.
Hmm, interesting. Interesting. Could I roll a perception to see if there's any sort of I feel like it's almost like a science building, correct?
I mean, as you sort of like look into this like large open doorway that this like receptionist came over and like helped you and took this order and paid you in the name of the university and head back in to deliver it to the scholar. You can see inside there's all manner of what looks like books and shelves. The interior of that building that they just walked into, it has reminiscent looks of the Biblioplex, and even from where you're standing, because you weren't even too terribly close to the doorway when they approached, because they just saw you from coming from far out.
Right.
But even this distance, you can tell the interior is looks spaciously bigger on the inside than it does on the outside. Again,
Oh,
similar to the Biblioplex. Even though it was a massive building, it was bigger on the inside than even you
right.
anticipated.
Right. Okay. Can I clearly tell that that's maybe like some sort of magic doing that?
Oh, yeah. Like, you would
Uh,
sort of give it a once over and you would clock that, yeah, that's some pretty powerful magic. And that's just to make that place big. Who knows what sort of security they could have in there or protection. You sort of think you remember just even in the biblioplex, not only were there students and professors walking about, but they even had those large like librarians that would roll around and like put books
um.
back in places. Like if the
Yeah.
biblioplex had that sort of guard, and this place just has a bunch of armed guards lying around. Who knows what like magic
Right.
guards they have?
That's probably locked down.
You would, I would say, because you have your invocation, you can just kind of pop detect magic whenever you need. So I could,
That's
I would
yeah.
say, like, yeah, I mean, this place just radiates magic. Even as if you were to like turn and leave and walk by some of the other people that are dressed in that sort of strange garb, because not everyone is dressed like this. Like there are some other figures in very nice robes, sort of walking about. But
Right.
some of these that have this clothing that's designed to accent this necklace that they wear with this like lapis colored like gem. As you walk by, they just like emanate this evocation energy from them, this like dark, almost ocean blue, like waft of energy that just like radiates throughout that gym. Is just like a magic focus of some kind.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Even as you walk by some of the guards, the metal armaments they wear give off a slight glow to them instead of their weapons, possessing some level of magic. You're unsure exactly what without getting too much closer.
Okay.
So, I mean, this place is littered with magic. If there's nothing else, if you linger too long, one of the guards, either by those front doors that you're sort of looking into, or back by the bridge, sort of entrance now from this point of view, would give you a holler.
Oh, yeah. Start walking. I'd probably go to one of the guards. So I have a question. I was just curious. Is this just playing dumb as much as possible? Is this a library?
No, this is the Lapis University's place of knowledge, scholars, learned folk. Come on, be on your way.
Oh, sorry. Just curious. Thank you.
So you make your way down that long bridge that
Yeah.
sort of connects this like central pillar that the Lapis Universities is built on top of.
Yeah.
And make your way back out. The guards on the other end just sort of give you like a loose eye, not like staring you down, but just acknowledging you as you make your way out.
Yeah. Interesting.
So you got a close up look, little observation. Anything else that Ayla would sort of get into? Any
Yeah.
particular flashback?
She would, like we were talking about earlier, she would try and send a letter to Ingrid.
Oh, okay. What would the letter to Ingrid be?
Um, I would explain everything to her. I would say everything, why Phineas isn't there with her, why she changed, why she forced his consciousness kind of into the back burners,
Uh-huh.
why she made the deal with the Raven Queen, why, like, everything. And one of the reasons, the biggest reason why she did it is to save her little brother,
Mhm.
but that's not true at all.
And she probably, like, has that, like, passing thought as she writes it, and probably tries to, like, reconvince herself, like, "No, of course that's it. Of course that's
Yeah.
it." And she continues on in the letter.
Mhm. So, yeah, and she would try and conceal so it's not so obvious because it is going to Strixhaven, at least as far as she thinks it's going to Strixhaven.
Mhm. You would know they probably have, like, 2-ish weeks until students arrive at Strixhaven.
Right, right,
Like,
and
give or
that's
take a couple days. So you could have it prepped, basically. Yeah, you have time to make sure
yeah.
it's, like, safe, secure, rewrite it if
Right, right, right.
Alright. Doing the appropriate things to sort of conceal it. And did you also explain any of the auric and chaos magic stuff, or just the Phineas situation and leaving situation?
I think, yeah, she would explain that too. That's sketchy, but yeah, she would explain it.
Alright. Like, at least give her the bullet points, like, "We didn't do it, they're lying, there's dark magic afoot, we're trying to stop it, don't listen to them," sort of thing.
Yeah, and then some bullshit of like, "That's why I had to leave. That's why I had to take over. That's why," which is not the case at all because Phineas was gonna stay. But yeah, yep, tight, secure. Hopefully she gets it. And honestly, probably write a letter to her father.
Oh,
I think that's pretty big.
what would that letter sort of consist of? What would the bullet points of that one be?
I think the main objective of that letter is to just let their father know that they're safe and that anything because I feel like he's probably tied to Strixhaven now just because he's a big seller.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
he's probably already heard since it's been like a few months already.
Oh,
Hasn't
you would assume that they would have reached out to parents bare minimum.
for sure. And so yeah, it would just, hey, we're safe, everything's fine. And I Finn misses you, I miss you. Um, I hope everything is well. And then also, fucking hope this doesn't backfire on me. I would tell him everything.
Need to explain the auric stuff?
Yeah, but not the Phineas stuff.
Ah, that's fair. I was about to ask, that's
Yeah,
my next question.
no, yep. I'd explain all the Oryx stuff, but not the Phineas stuff. He doesn't need to know about that yet.
Alright. So you explained, the auric, the school is lying, but not the Raven Queen stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Sending off 2 important letters. Any, like, mention of where you are or, like, return address, or are these just, like, basic letters that have been, kinda concealed in, like, a larger, thicker dummy envelope?
To my father, I would do return address,
Ooh.
but I would give him the address of the hotel and not my actual house.
Ooh. Which tavern you thinking?
I'm gonna do what was the one that Chance was staying at for 3.5 gold a night?
The Sunnyside Tavern?
Uh-huh. Yep. I'm gonna put that address on there, and I'm gonna continue to pay for a room.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm gonna have a dummy room.
How long do you want it paid out for?
Um, honestly, give me like just in case, fuck it, 4 months.
Uh, so it'd be I think it's 14 gold a month.
Okay.
I believe so.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it 14? Oh, okay.
because
That's
it's
fine.
3.5 gold a week.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it'd be
Perfect. So yeah,
and you said
4 months.
4 months.
Yep, 4 months.
Uh,
Well,
8. So is that 12 times 12? Be 42 gold, my good sir.
Yes, sir. Ooh, 20.
And what's the room name under?
Um, damn. It'd be under Phineas, and I would every time if I ever walked into that room, I would transform into Phineas.
I like it. Like you made the room reservation as like the changeling form of Phineas.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And two, I could what is it? The belt of outfits.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd switch my outfit every time.
Smart. All right.
Dude, this character is so fucking ridiculous. Just very deceitful.
All right. If there's nothing else,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
go
it.
pop up and tell all of them to come join us.
Heck yeah. What up, Craig?
Oh, I did.
Oh, hey, Dad.
What'd you tell him?
Everything.
I know
Told him.
Yeah. Right.
We all died.
it.
Yep.
We all died.
That was all a dream. You were in purgatory the whole time?
So we don't have Bryce here, so Bryce will get to learn this afterwards. I'll just shoot her a message. But it's the following morning. All of you went to bed at various times. Marius, you may have like come and gone, or maybe even like hung around this place. Either or. Um, and you all begin to wake up in various times, various states. Gale probably being one of the last ones. Maybe Brett being one of the last times too. Maybe he stayed up late talking to Quint, not unlike Brett. So with Kellen and Aelody and Marius, or not Kellen, with Aelody and Marius, both of you guys roll me, I don't know, Constitution saving throws.
What the fuck is this? Constitution.
See who would have sort of been up and at 'em and aware earliest in the morning.
Mm,
Bedhead, baby. Hey.
Nice, nice.
He,
So,
he don't sleep.
how long has Marius been like downstairs in like the living room, or even like eating?
I mean, after he does his like little moon ceremony thing, he has like his fourth meal, which is like maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 in the morning. And then he
Mhm.
just kind of sits in the chair and studies his tomes
Steadies his tomes.
and his primers so he can cast his bits.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You would probably like have the thought, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 o'clock ish in the morning. You're maybe beginning to hear like a few people begin to like stir up in their rooms, and thought sort of like crosses your mind, like, huh, I don't recall Kellen coming back from the bar. He went out after dinner, went to Sunnyside. Don't recall him coming back.
Hmm.
You go up, probably check his room. No sign. Yeah. I mean, his like usual, like regular, like pack and quiver. That's usually all he needs. It's keeps it all on him. Quiver's pretty sweet. His basic sort of like maybe simple stuff is here, but his regular stuff is still on him. Okay. Head back downstairs. And just out of instinct, you go to the front door and sort of like open it up, and it sort of catch immediately that there is an arrow sort of stuck into the door, and there's a note. It's sort of like sitting there, like flapping.
Kind of look around, and then I rip off the arrow, grab the note, and shut the door and read it.
And you sort of shut the door. You sort of have the arrow. You sort of give the arrow like a once over, and that's Kellen's arrow. You look at the note, seeing the scrawlings on it. Chance, why don't you read it off?
A message really quick. It says, "Hey guys, had something come up, and I didn't really want to burden anyone with my shit, so heading out to Renda to get some answers from the Water Hollow Brotherhood. Promise I'll be back soon, and if I'm not, you're probably better off anyway."
God damn.
Motherfucker.
Do I know where any of this is?
No. I mean, these names ring a bell because you heard them the last time from the visage of Kellen's brother that you were there overhearing.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was like he was like close by and we could catch him. Is it early ass morning?
I mean, yeah, it's like maybe 6, 7 o'clock. You maybe have that thought. I mean, he left like after dinner. That was like maybe 6 or 7 o'clock last night. If he left right then, man, that's like a 12-hour head start. He could, who knows?
Well, I don't want to be in his business too much, so I'll go ahead and just have a lazy morning until everyone gets up, and then at breakfast I'll be like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure Kellen went to go get some answers about his brother." I know what you guys want to do.
God damn it, everyone's leaving!
So
Uh,
take us a day. We might not even be able to find him once we get there, or
Where's Renda? Has anybody heard of Renda before?
I mean, he made a good point that we'll be better off.
So do we just keep doing what we're doing?
Shows off scar and shoulder.
Damn, son.
It still clicks.
Still bringing that up, huh? That's
Never
fair.
forget.
Never forget.
Yeah, does do any
Do
of us know where
is it like
Renda is?
is it like a day away, 2 days?
I mean,
Do
if
we
you
know
guys,
Manolo?
if you
Roll a
guys,
history.
yeah, you guys could roll a history check if you'd like.
Okay.
I'll let you
Trying to think.
decide normal or disadvantage. Your call.
I figure out if he's gonna be like gone for like, a couple days, we can wait, or if it's like, oh, it's like a month's journey.
For sure,
I'll do just
disadvantage.
normal.
I'll do disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, Elodie, you've never heard of Rinda.
Hey,
Gale, the 24.
24.
Let's go. Strings, I mean, you've heard of Rinda. You know it's in the Benzari Isles. You have no idea where exactly. With a 24 Gale, I mean, you know that Rinda is to the southwest in the Pinzari Isles. It's run by this group called the Water Hollow Brotherhood. I mean, they've sort of owned Rinda for like 45-ish years, maybe more. Water Hollow Brotherhood's been around for a while, as far as you know, a good amount of time, bare minimum. And as far as like distance, like by ship, if you're sailing there, it's like a couple of days. Like you would guess bare minimum, maybe 4-ish days, depending on like sea weather. Pinzari Isles are sort of known to have like sporadic like stormings at sea and rough waters, which can kind of cause delays in travel times. It makes it not an optimum shipping route. That's why there's really not a whole lot of business here besides those that are brave enough to actually go through the storms.
Mhm. I'd relay most of that, not exactly all of the little details, but like, well, I know southeast,
West.
west. God damn it, I mixed it up.
Because Port Starsail is kind of like central south, and this place is like southwest.
Okay. Oh. I don't know if we should go after him, but at least we know what direction it is. That is, if he's telling the truth.
When he lied at this point, he could have just like left in the night.
Yeah.
True, I don't really know what he'd gain from lying other than us not being able to follow him. But
She would hopefully be here in case Liliana does come back. Be weird if we were all just gone.
well, if we do all leave, we definitely need to leave some sort of way that she can contact us if she comes here. But then again, she doesn't even know we're staying in this house, so
I mean, I guess if he wanted us there, he would have brought us, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Marius. I feel like if he really wanted us there, he would have asked.
Maybe we should just keep forging our half ahead and let him do his thing.
Well, because there's a reason why we left Strixhaven in the first place. And that's to find out who or what the Orc are. So, yeah, if he really wanted us to be with him, then we would have gone with him. But I think we stay here. And I feel like he's very resilient. If he really needed us, he'll contact us and we can go. So.
well, shit.
Then I guess it's settled. We'll just keep on keeping on here, and then when he's done, he'll show up. And if we gotta go, we gotta go.
Yeah, well,
I really hope he shows up.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. If you guys don't feel right about it, then we can go find him too. I'm down either way, but
I don't really feel right about any of this anymore.
yeah, no, me neither.
But we're kind of in it. So, I'm really going back now.
Yeah. Well, I guess when Brett wakes up, we can talk more.
Sure.
All right, that's where we'll end our session. The morning of Kellen's departure, and you guys planning to head out to go find Balin, hopefully.
Damn it, Kellen.
Chat.
What?
No, it was
Damn
Kellen.
Why do you do this?
You making a new character? I'm just kidding.
I have a fill-in character for if you guys end up going to meet up with Balin. And if you go after Kellen, then I guess I still just play Kellen.
You'll just be
Kellen will be
separated from the
back.
group.
Kellen will be back.
That's kind of what I was figuring. Well, as long as you
Yeah,
don't die.
as long as he doesn't die.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
That's fun though. You're going off on your own little adventure.
A
Okay.
spirit walk that he's got to do.
You take some ayahuasca, spirit.
Gotta figure out what happened to my brother.
Yeah, he's got to get back on his path to find
Well, I mean,
himself
I guess he
again.
knows, but
Spirit quest.
Find himself
Good
again.
bird.
He's feeling lost right now. The
That's
events
fair.
that have been going on, questioning himself. So he needs to go on his walkabout.
waka waka.
Shooting his friends with arrows. He's out of control.
Yep, he feels so bad about shooting Marius in the shoulder with an arrow that he has to go figure out his life now.
This checks out. This checks out.
Sounds right. This is the story arc I pictured.
Good buddy.
All right. That's where we'll end it.